I'm Alicia. I go to North Rock Church. I'm 21 years old. That's all I got. I don't know. So growing up, I was never baptized. I was never raised in the church. As far as my belief in God and my relationship with him, I didn't really know who he was. I didn't really know who Jesus was, what he did. I just knew he was a person that lived once. I didn't really know what to believe. I was kind of just wandering. And then my parents got divorced when I was 13. They split originally when I was 9. And I don't remember much from my parents other than they were fighting. They hated each other more than anyone I knew ever hated each other. I think I had a lot of anger reserved, a lot of confusion, a lot of fear, a lot of anxiety, just trying to understand why it happened, why my family couldn't be like everyone else. All my friends had parents that were together and loved each other. So there was a lot of confusion and I think bitterness left in my heart. So everybody at school, that's what they saw. They saw a girl who cried a lot, who was going through stuff that nobody else understood, nobody else knew about, and they made their own, just things to say about me. I had a girl tell me one time that if, my life was so bad, I would just kill myself. She would just laugh about it. And those things really got to me because I felt like everyone hated me. I felt like the world was against me. And it eventually brought me to a point where I hated myself and I was trying to fill that void with people. And I was just a girl who, had dreams of becoming a doctor and just wanting to make a name for myself and make my family proud and make them feel like, they wanted me. I'm not like my sister and I weren't the reasons why our family didn't work out, everything. So yeah, it just really broke my heart and it made me question like, well, maybe she was right. Like maybe I shouldn't be here. So one night I was just in my bed and I just started crying. It was like probably 3 a.m. and I'm just sitting in my bed with my hands in my face and I'm just crying out to God and I just said, God, I don't know who you are. I don't know what you can do for me. I don't know anything about you. I don't even know where to start. But I have tried everything else. I have looked for validation in people. I have, tried to, go to other things, like go to outlets, my sport, just try to feel better and find peace in every other area of the world. And so I just told him I tried everything. Like, this is the last thing that I'm trying because I don't want to be here anymore. I think I was too afraid to actually end it. I don't think I had the guts to do it, but I was really sick and tired of this life. I was sick and tired of being around. I was just like, God, I have tried everything. I need you to do something for me, and I just really hope that you're real because there's nothing else for me in this life. And then I just kind of went to bed. I guess I cried myself to sleep. I don't know. I think maybe God just gave me peace in that moment, but that was kind of it. And then the very next day, all of those feelings of depression and sadness and just hating myself and thinking so much about what everyone else thought of me just kind of vanished, just went away. And I went to the store before volleyball practice and I didn't tell my parents that I was making that pit stop, but I went and bought myself a Bible and I just decided to give God a shot. And I was just reading. I was confused quite a bit, but genuinely still enjoying what I was reading. I felt like I was still getting something out of it. And it wasn't until a little while later that, people were coming up to me and telling me like, hey, you seem like you're so much happier. You seem like you have this new life inside of you, this new light. And that was kind of like that moment for me where I realized like, holy crap, like God is real and he's working in me and people are seeing that. And all these things that I've been feeling, like all the depression going away, it hasn't been like in my own head. Like people are actually seeing the fruits of this. Just by spending more time in God's word and spending time with God and learning about his character, I think the fruits of the Spirit really kind of just began to show through me. And I don't think I ever realized it. But a lot of that rudeness and pridefulness went away. A lot of my anger went away. I became more patient. And so I think God just kind of worked on these things through me by just allowing me to realize like what his word was teaching and just allowing him to speak to me. I think he really impacted me in those ways. And then as I matured in my faith and I was able to discern his voice a little bit more and kind of just listen to him and feel what he was, pushing me towards changing, I think since then he's made me a lot more mature and a lot more focused on the relationships that I have with people. It's not about my personal success. It's not about, being able to prove that I'm something to someone. It's about my validation coming from Christ, and my purpose is something that only he can give me, and realizing that he has given me gifts and abilities that are used to serve his kingdom, to give him glory. I still have very big dreams, very big aspirations of becoming a doctor and all these kinds of things, but it's no longer for my personal gain. It's for, who can I impact? Who can I show God's light to? In whatever, work setting or work environment that I get myself into, who can I impact? Who can I show Christ's love to? And just constantly trying to find ways to use my God-given abilities to be able to serve his kingdom and do more and not just serve myself with them. If I were to talk to somebody who's new in the faith and is just getting started, I would just tell them to give God a shot, because I didn't know what to believe in. I definitely think there were parts of me who probably thought that believing in Jesus was a little silly. I think our finite minds have a hard time understanding that somebody can come back from the dead. I don't think it's a very natural thing to believe, especially at first when you don't really know all the details and you haven't had, personal encounters with Christ. So I would just say to give him a shot and let God surprise you, because he definitely surprised me. So.